Hello and welcome to today's DAX and FTSE pre-market analysis. It is the 11th of May 2023 and we're just going to do a quick recap of yesterday's trading. Now, yesterday we opened up on the previous day's high. Market came down through these levels. As I mentioned yesterday, we're kind of looking to push through these kind of cam levels because we've got the low here and we've got this sort of price action down here from the previous day. We probably don't want to get in at these levels because it's likely we'll push through. So we're looking for a little bit further of an extension and we hit it. So yesterday was a nice close to 2% trade. So from here back up to the close gap, that was a nice trade. Potentially could have got in again on the S2, maybe 60 points, but you know, I probably would have set the target up quite high anyway and would have stayed in the trade actually. But anyway, and also we had a very nice S3 setup towards the end of the session. Unfortunately, the trade didn't get taken in. It must have been a pip or two off taking me into that trade and took off sort of for about 80 points. You know, had I have left it, we'd be sitting at about 100 points in profit with almost no, well, it didn't take me in, but almost no stop loss drawdown on that trade. So very nice setups yesterday on the DAX. Quick recap on the FTSE. Unfortunately, I did see these levels here as quite a bit of confluence, quite a bit of strength. Put a buy in there. Sort of went up about 15 points and then fell back down to the S2 level down here. Unfortunately, I didn't take a trade on the S2. Probably should have, and I did have a trade down here, but the market didn't get that far. So anyway, that's trading overall for the day across the FTSE and the DAX. It was probably about 1.5%. During this time there was a dividend paid on the FTSE, so that kind of made up for a little bit of that loss there. So anyway, let's take a look at today's trading quickly before the market opens. We're about half an hour before opening at the time of recording. I'd be looking for a short around this high and the breakout long and R1, this sort of level here. Be looking for a nice sharp push up and then obviously take it back down to hopefully the close. That's a good 80 points there potentially. If we have a look at the 1 hour and zoom in, it's right where I've got my Bollinger set. So if that pushes up at the open, it'll kind of peak outside of it and then hopefully come back. As with trading, you know, the market could always just keep going in the direction you don't want it to, so just be aware of that. So I'd be looking for a short from here down to the close, or on the buy side, you know, maybe a bounce off this breakout short. It gets through the low, the S1, and then the breakout short. Hopefully it'll come back up. It's about 70 odd points back up to the close. Of course, we could see further pushes down. Yeah, so we'll see what happens at the market. Ideal situation, big push up, and we'll aim for that gap. Over to the FTSE now. Probably the same deal again. Ideal situation, we'll hit the S2 and pull back up towards the close. If it's not closed by the following day, as a set and forget type of trade, I just put a pending order in and leave it. If it doesn't reach target, then I'll generally just close it the following day. And same deal as the DAX, so we've got these two levels. Ideally, we see a big, strong push up into these sort of the double top that we saw yesterday, and then pull it back down to that closed gap. So we'll see what happens today, guys. We do have the UK Bank of England interest rate decision. Obviously, if that's a little lower, we could see a similar price action to what we saw on the markets yesterday, where it kind of fired off north and then sort of, it bounces around. So just be aware that trading the news is a bit of a crazy game. You kind of want normal market conditions when you're trading a consistent type of a strategy. Otherwise, you're really hoping to get lucky on the push in the right direction. And often the market will shake around, take out your stop, and then go the other way anyway when you're trading in such high volatile periods of time. So anyway, it just depends how you want to trade. This is how I do it. So again, hoping for a push up, bring it back down, and potentially a nice extension down to the S2 for a buy. We'll see what happens though. As always, I generally put an order in on the R3 and the S3 just to see what happens. But the market's in extremes when it hits those points, so the chances of those prices being reached is often fairly low. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and remember to like and subscribe. Enjoy your trading session.